as per usual. Hello everybody and welcome to Community Gaming. I am Flute5311. And welcome to Let's Talk number I don't remember because we haven't done one for a very long time. We also have two other people hanging out with us. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I am Smooth Flipper 4.
And I'm Bullet Theory.
And I think we've had these guys on here a couple times before, so we're just hanging out. We're Sparrow Racing and Nightfalling, and we decided it was a long time coming that we're Sparrow Racing. Hey, bro, sweet Sparrow. So we're just gonna kind of catch up on the state of Destiny now. We've had Taken King for a couple months now. We've had some patches come through, the good, the bad. We've had the Eververse Trading Company come through, good and bad. And so we're just gonna kind of talk about where things are and what we're seeing and how we're not going to get you paid DLC unless you paid $10 for your Racing Sparrow card. Well, all right. So let's take a step back because I completely agree because I think it's ridiculous. So let's talk about Taken King in general and how they've got all these neat missions that we've got now. We've got raids. They've timed out a lot of the exotics that we didn't get them right away, which is kind of cool. So let's just kind of talk about just in general, overall, Taken King. What are our kind of thoughts on it? What do you think?
I like it. It's a lot of fun.
I agree. Is this where we're supposed to go? Yeah, okay. Since we don't have radar, I got a little
We're
lost.
Shield Brothers, aren't we?
Yeah. No, we're going the wrong way.
Yeah, we're going the complete wrong way.
When there's no radar, we get confused.
Yeah, we're
I'm
not
going
in the
to
right
do
place.
the other guy. I'm going
wrong.
to Dark Blade.
Wrong Nightfall.
Wrong Nightfall. Do you even Dreadnought no radar? So let's start with money. Okay, everybody was angry. Is it going to be worth the $40? Is it worth the price of 2 DLCs? Is this worth the price of 2 DLCs?
No, but I generally am overall happy. It's like 1.75. Like it's pretty close. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Especially if they keep adding stuff like they have been with Sparrow Racing League and like all the tweaks and new additions like I don't know. There's been so much opened up to players like Trials of Osiris, for example, adding bounties,
Yep, and I'll agree with that. So let's take a look at what we got. So when we had the Dark Below and when we had the House of Wolves, we basically got a raid and then we got kind of a horde mode. With this, we got a raid in the King's Fall and then we got kind of the horde mode being the Court of Oryx, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of got those two things. Now I'm going the wrong way right now. Nope, I'm not. Okay, good. So we kind of got those two things. So we got that kind of stuff with our quote 2 DLC price tag which we got with the last year. We got a bunch of exotics, which is kind of cool. We got exotic quest lines, which you wanted. I'm gonna say it, we still don't have any better story, even though they say we got better story. I don't know. I would still all locked away in the Grimoire.
I would disagree with the story. I liked the story, like especially the first even cutscene that we got, where the ghost was talking about, trying to look for us. I mean, I thought the story making just in the first couple minutes of this was much better than any of the other, even vanilla Destiny. I liked it so much more. I actually cared about the ghost and his feelings almost. Although I do miss Dinklebot.
You're right. We still. Oh, what the front door? Yes, please bring back Dinklebot.
Dinklebot gone but never forgotten.
Never forgotten. I've got a buddy of mine who had just one of my best friends growing up, and I finally talked to him into getting an Xbox One. Got one pretty cheap. over Thanksgiving, and we've got them. Since I bought 2 things of Destiny, Taken King because I'm an idiot and because they wouldn't give it to me the day of, so I had a disc sitting around. I gave it to him, and so he's kind of my kindergarten, my Tale of Two Guardians guy that I've been working with, and I just feel sad 'cause it's like, we're doing the the Waking of the Hive mission, and I'm like, you're never gonna know, you'll never hear.
It's just not the same.
You're not gonna know. I mean, I just, you've woken the Hive. What the crap is that? You've woken the Hive. And tell me, how awesome would it have been if Pinklebot did your Sparrow Racing?
I would lose it.
I should probably switch to this.
I was kind of surprised it wasn't Shaxx, to be honest. I
That
thought
would
it'd
yeah.
still be.
That would have been hilarious.
Well, and they keep talking about Shaxx throughout the thing, throughout the missions. They keep talking, or as you're racing, they're like, Shaxx would have done this, or Shaxx is this, and they keep talking about Shaxx, like he might have cared at one point, or Shaxx and his crew cleared out this area. But yeah, it would have been funny because Shaxx always likes to get super excited about things.
He gets overly
You're
excited, and that
slaying
what
them.
makes him so awesome.
He gets hyped.
He does not turn down. He just doesn't.
He does. He does not. He gets excited. Seventh. One of these days, I'm never gonna hear it, but one of you guys will hear 7th column, and you can send me the video of him going 7th column. That's amazing. That's gonna happen.
Oh, hey, there you are.
I'm gonna die.
There's a bubble over here.
Good or
I'm
bad
gonna get shot by this
freak out?
cannon.
Oh, I died.
You all did not.
Wipe. He's right there. That was awesome.
Wow, that was a thing.
A tank? Why would you bring a tank to space?
So that they did do, right? They really made the NPCs. They did improve the NPCs a little bit, and they made them a little bit more lively, which is fun. That's good. They made the banter between Cade and Eris is good. That was good. And so they did a good job with that. And the quest that they did, how they gated out the exotics. Now we wanted that, and they did a good job with that. So that we weren't just going to Zur every week saying, all right, well, I'm not gonna. Here we go, belly up to the bar here to Zur and dump strange coins. So that's been cool. Woo! Just got lit up. But some of the things that I don't know, I guess I'm still what's first. So they had the Book of Sorrows. If you haven't, when you get your calcified fragments, you go to release. Those are all part of the Book of Sorrows. And that should be in the game. That should be an epic story that we get told. Because I don't know if any of you read any of them or have watched any of the YouTube videos where they kind of do like a theater version of them. It's amazing. It's basically how orcs and them not all that bad, and you kind of feel like this is kind of just the thing that happened to them, and that they're all kind of being possessed by these worms, which people are suspecting are the Ahamkara, and it's amazing. It's an amazing story. Like him and his sisters, and that we're all speculating how we're going to be fighting the sisters here before too long.
Yeah.
And that they're going to be the next things that we have to take out, because there are 2 more of them, and Oryx is kind of the weaker, kind of
like
less
the little
angry
brother.
of them.
Yeah.
So this is gonna go well at some point. And how the War Priest was, Oryx gave the War Priest this worm to kind of keep it from doing other things, and we won it from. It's just amazing story. And like, if you don't go read it, you're not gonna know. And it's. Like it really, it's like just give us Destiny the movie. Just do that for us. Like give us a movie. Give us like an hour movie, an hour cutscene before thing freaking starts. So we can just be awesome. Alright, I'm gonna storm call and see how this goes. Because I'm probably gonna get lit up. Or it's all dead. That is neat.
Crushed it.
No.
Hammer.
That's 88. Is there anything? Well, I'm gonna get your orbs here, I guess, before I roll. So then there's that. So now that we've had that, we've had the Taken King for a little while. We've had this pulse rifles were very strong in Crucible. People were all excited. You know, they've been strong. You know, after they finally patched Thorn and whatnot and put hand cannons in the dirt. Auto rifles are still not all that great. Hand cannons have been basically irrelevant. Snipers, to some extent, were OP. Some people have been saying. Some people don't like the high aim assist that you get with snipers in general in Destiny. We had the Irene 44, which had the Luck in the Chamber sniper, which could one-shot somebody in their pinky toe, which was amazing. And fusion rifles still suck. People still didn't like shotguns because Destiny gave us basically the Felwinter's life for completing missions right off the bat. Like, huh, okay. Like, you realize this is the gun everybody's been complaining about, right? And then you give it to us. So what are your all's thoughts on kind of how they've been dealing with weapons and weapon balancing? Goodbye.
All I'm gonna say is they better not touch snipers.
Well, and they seem to be pretty much unscathed.
I mean, kids can complain about aim assist, but like the end of the day, like the majority of people still use shotguns, so like it can't be that easy to use a sniper.
Right.
Otherwise, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
I bet those brothers don't even know their commander is dead. Their attack might be some kind of ultimatum. Give us the Primus, or we promote the
Hold their own.
You shut your mouth. It does not pull as much as it did during House of Wolves. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
That is a lot of Cabal explosives hooked up.
I'm switching to my Telesto.
There are munitions hooked up to each structural weakness on the core.
And we...
Oh, the brothers are here. Take them out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
We-
I
we've
mean
talked to-
that's why I can. Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, right ahead.
What I was gonna say is I think they just generally kind of take the wrong approach to weapons balancing. They always try to bring down whatever's above everything else instead of trying to bring other things up, you know. So like, you know, you'll have a weapon that's fun to use and works like you think it should, and then instead of them boosting the other weapons so that, you know, they have the similar nice feel to them, they just nerf the good ones and you're left scrambling trying to find a new favorite weapon.
Yeah.
Well-
I mean, they find where they want weapons to be at, but as soon as they find like pulse rifles, for example, they want them to be good at close range or medium to close range, and still be able to get beat by a scout rifle at long range. But then they decided to nerf pulse rifles because they feel they were too overpowered. But that's because they nerfed everything else before that, so that's the only one that got brought up. You know?
That was it. Yeah. Well, so part of my theory, I mean, and we're all Monday morning quarterbacking here. We know that they have
Yes.
test groups, but it
Yes.
is what it is.
Yeah.
They try, and we understand this. One of my thoughts on it is that they tend to. So let's think well, I'll take hand cannons as an example.
Munitions hooked up to each
Instead of
structural
taking
weakness
the
on core.
outliers, Thorn,
I think the
Hawkmoon,
brothers know what
Last
we're
Word,
after.
and fine tuning them, They smashed the whole archetype. Instead of fixing the 2 or 3 shotguns that needed to be fixed, like the archetype of the high range, high impact shotguns, and adjusting them a little bit, and that specific archetype, they just smashed all of the shotguns to the ground. And so that's what they did at auto rifles. Instead of fine-tuning Suros, they just said nope. Just auto rifles will now be crap for the next 9 months. And so I think they just, in my opinion, they need to look at the archetype of the weapon, or the specific weapons that are the outliers, and see what those need to be done to those specifically, and not just the whole class.
Oh, wrong button.
But that's my Monday morning quarterback thought. He's running. Like, I don't think all of hand cannons were a problem. I mean, there was just the 2 or 3 that were the issue. Maybe a little bit to the fact that yes, some of them did have God range on it, and I'll give them that. You know, I definitely was hitting shots that I should not have been hitting with a hand cannon, but you know, fix those 1 or 2 issues. Whoa, I need to run. Did we get you up? Yep. Okay, nope.
I got 6 seconds.
So that's kind of our thought. Nah, we just got a new weapon balance. The meta is still filling out. We're still trying to figure out what it's going to be. I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing the Might of Multi-Tool's back, so everybody and their brothers excited about the Might of Multi-Tool. You guys are excited about your No Land Beyond, which you all been playing with. And you've been trying to, I introduced some of these guys to the KJ Hovey No Land Beyond sidearm theories, and you guys are now on that bandwagon apparently.
Oh yeah.
Just a little.
I jumped.
Jumped. Hashtag jumped it. KJ Hovey, for those who don't know him, because I'm sure, listening to us, I'm sure you know who KJ Hovey is, but he's one of the, he's one of those top 1%er guys of PvP, and he's been doing trials carries using No Land Beyond. And him and his clan have been doing trials carries for people for their stream, running No Land Beyond and sidearms, and just wrecking kids with them, and it's hilarious to watch. You know, and this was before No Land Beyond was leveled up. This was the old No Land Beyond that was not a thing. Not 200 plus No Land Beyond. So it's been pretty fun watching these videos. I've sent them to some of these guys who are good snipers in our group here, and they've been all excited about it. Because it's a good challenge. I mean, that's, the No Land Beyond is not going to be, if I'm looking for a gun, I want to be completely OP, that's not going to be their gun you're going to use. The No Land Beyond is for those who want to challenge, and who want to just kind of prove themselves if you're a good sniper, and that's kind of how you do that in this game. Which is horrendous. Yeah. And it's slow bolt action. Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I am not looking good time. Give me an overshield, thank you. I'm out. Yeah, I had to get an overshield there.
Oh.
So anyway, yes, they're bringing back a bunch of stuff. They're bringing No Land Beyond back. That's being added to our list. We've got Super Good Advice, which they've changed. Which, depending on how Super Good Advice, could be super awesome because you're getting ammo from hits and ammo from missing. So it could be super cool. Oh my gosh! I'm wondering if it could be like an Oryx or a Whiskers or a Goldrock Slayer, but that's yet to be determined. Yeah.
I can gonna be revived.
Well, you had to have it on at the moment when they expand your inventory. Like right that week or whatever before the Taken King, you had to have it at that point.
I don't know if that's true. Because I can. Or
Okay.
we're actually sorry. We're talking about you getting like year 2 versions of exotics, right?
Well, yeah, having it in your little iPad in your tower.
Oh
Yeah.
my
So
gosh.
I've got a Might multi-tool available to buy for me, and that was like the first thing I ever got in Destiny. And before I knew anything about it, I was like, oh, I don't like this guy. I'm dismantling it for goodies. And which was a horrible decision. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but. But I can go. I looked the other day when I was looking at my No Land Beyond, and sure enough, I can get a multi-tool. So I'm actually not sure how it works.
This got super hectic really quick. I don't really know why.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I'm very confused about the ad situation. So anyway, okay, so we got all these things coming back. Let's talk about Sparrow Racing, shall we?
Oh
How we
yeah.
liking- Well, let's take a step back before we get into Sparrow Racing. So we've basically been told, so everybody was hoping that at the PlayStation Experience coming, that was this past weekend, that we were going to get told about, the new DLC. Like, what are we going to get? Like, surely they got to give us something. Instead, they announced Sparrow Racing. That's what they gave us. So how do we feel about? I mean, they kind of said that that the Eververse Trading Company is going to be there, and that money's going to go to the live team, and that's kind of going to fund our experience for the year. And we were kind of thinking, well, maybe they'll fund like all these little mini games, but maybe we'll get, DLC still, but we're not going to get it. So wow. So what are we thinking about that? No DLC, only Eververse Trading and Sparrow Racing and things like that.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's done. The Brotherhood is broken.
I hear that the Cabal are big on honor, but look at their actions, not their words. You've put an end to war criminals, butchers, and you've shown the Empire what the Vanguard's all about. Nice work.
Sure. Is it enough? Is what we're getting going to be enough to say, okay, fine, it's cool that we're not sitting there, what? You got a Thunderlord? 290? I got a 305 hand cannon, that's cool.
I got Thunderlord. Nice.
Mm-hmm. So is it
Now I
going to
don't
be
have to
enough?
buy
So
one.
right? Yeah, lucky you. So we got Sparrow Racing. It's a 3-week event. Now I don't think that the 3 weeks. My thought on the 3-week event is it's not going to be like this is a. It's going to take you 3 weeks to finish it. You have 3 weeks. It's the holidays. We know everybody's busy. You got maybe it's not specifically for this time of year, but we're giving everybody time to give in. We're thinking of the working man. Those who have school or work, and the bounties aren't. You only have 2 maps. And you only have to. The bounties don't last that long, and so I think they're just kind of having it there that you've got 3 weeks to complete it. You're not on a time crunch. You can just take your time and work your way through it with your buddies and have fun. It's kind of like a party game, right? Like, it's the Mario Kart it's the infected game mode of of Destiny right now. What do you all think? Unless they drop something else on this week too. I don't think they will, but it's possible. which is super convenient. Is it fun? Yeah. Yeah.
These predate your codices. They predate our rare treasure.
Right. What do you guys think?
I personally am not a racer. I enjoy it, but I'm not much of a racing game kind of guy. And I think a decent amount of people who play Destiny would agree. I mean, this is meant to be a first-person shooter. I do like how they changed up the pace with it, but I do believe that Bungie lost a lot of people just over this small amount of time. I mean, everyone was kind of looking forward to another DLC, and then we got Sparrow Racing and the Eververse Trading Company, and a lot of other big name games just dropped out. I mean, I know
hard, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Fallout's here now. I'm playing the heck out of Fallout. It's fantastic. Black Ops 3 just came out. The new Rainbow Six came out. Tomb Raider. I mean, Just Cause 3. Like, there's a lot that happened, and with the holidays, and Battlefront as well. Yeah, Halo. I mean, all kinds of stuff just came out. A lot of big name games. So I think that with the lack of content that they just announced, especially because the Sparrow Racing is only a 3-week event, then a lot of people are gonna start playing a lot of other games. And it's not because we're sick and tired of Destiny, but it is always nice to get a little change every now and again.
Yes.
But do you think that was the strategy? Like, they knew
they
all
didn't
these
want to
big
compete.
Yeah, exactly. They know all these big games are coming out. There's really, like, short of making, like a patch that's essentially Destiny 2.0, you're not going to stop the majority of these people from going and playing these games anyway. So just do some fun, simple stuff and put your effort into, Destiny 2.0.
I'm going to switch characters.
I mean, it absolutely could be that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And maybe they just decided to, put their eggs. I mean, right now, the Destiny 2 is going to be a thing, right? I'm sure that's where they basically said that the live team is working on this kind of stuff that we're getting, and that everybody and their brother is working on Destiny 2. And that's that's where their efforts are right now, which is fine. I mean, and that makes sense. So speaking of, you mentioned there's the lack of content. What do you all think of that? Basically, to get more content, you have to spend $10 to buy the toolbox, which unlocks a set of bounties. That doesn't necessarily. I mean, you have to complete it to get the gear, so you don't actually get the gear. You don't know what you're getting, and it's content behind a $10 paywall. Like, there are like little bounties, and it keeps track of all your stuff, and you have to do it like another set of missions. Not missions, but complete some little quest lines within Sparrow Racing universe to get that stuff. I mean, I don't know, that kind of rubs me the wrong way personally.
I agree. I don't like being forced to buy extra stuff consistently to get more of the, I don't know, I guess collector's content. And then not even being guaranteed to get anything worthwhile.
I think it would have been different if it would have been, a traditional paid DLC. Here it is, you pay for it, one-stop shop.
Yeah,
have fun.
I agree.
Here it is.
But it's kind of like rolling the dice. With $10 still, it's fairly cheap when you're talking about gambling. But I'm not much of a gambler personally.
Well, I mean, that's half a DLC pack. That's half a DLC for basically a Sparrow and an armor set.
Yeah. Which is worth
I
it
don't
if you like to collect all this, unique stuff. But
Yeah.
yes.
Which I guess, and that's it. It's aesthetic, and if you want to buy it, and you want to look cool, then I get, then everybody says, then more power to you, and I get that. But
I trust you're prepared, Hive Slayer.
Yeah.
sure, you're a pretty flower. Well, so aside from that, one of my complaints is with Sparrow Racing is that I use a scuff. Whatever, judge me if you want. I really don't care, but I use a scuff, and it has trigger stops on it. And I understand that with racing games, trigger stops don't work. Like I can't jump into Forza. Actually, however, my trigger stops did work with Forza 6 when I had the beta was out and I played it. It worked. But they always say your trigger stops don't work with racing games. I get that. But after the patch came out, I could no longer drive my Sparrow. Like my Sparrow, I can no longer use the boost, and I can't use the. I use the time breaker thing, and it doesn't work. So my Sparrow is just, I'm fairly certain I can Titan boost faster than I can drive there. And so and I tweeted out to I tweeted it to the Bungie help and the Deej and Bungie because that's what you're supposed to do because that's what the internet tells you you're supposed to do because it's stupid. But that's what I did. You take to the social networks and you raise your pitchfork, which not really what I was doing. I was just saying, hey, since the patch, I can't use my. I literally the other night we were Sparrow Racing and I had my scuff controller sitting here with my headset plugged into it because for whatever reason my second controller, the headset adapter, doesn't work, and I'm driving with that one because it doesn't have trigger stops on it, and talking with my other headset. So it was just I was like, is this really going to be a thing? Like if I want to get around the planet, I have to grab a second controller, drive to where we're going, set that controller down, come over to this controller, and shoot things. So anyway, so I tweeted out that since the patch, my scuff doesn't work, and somebody responded with, if you look at the forums and whatnot and other racing games, trigger stops won't work. And I politely respond, well, it worked before the patch. But inside my brain, I'm like, Destiny's a freaking first-person shooter. I'm not playing Gran Turismo. I'm playing shooter games, and I want to be able to have trigger stops for my trigger. And anyway, I try not to explode on the internets. But that's just, why did they? I mean, I guess they adjusted where the throw catches for racing precision, maybe. I don't know, but it please fix it because it's driving me nuts. I guess that was also part of the reason why my vision of Confluence would quote jam, back before because they patched that. They had people say they ended up fixing the vision of Confluence jam where it would you be full auto, do 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 do, and it would stop shooting, and you'd have to let go of the trigger and start again. And I guess that was part of it, was that the trigger stops were messing with it, were causing, because it wasn't like a complete throw of the trigger, where the engagement is, where they had set the engagement for that specific gun. It was causing it to quote jam. I don't know. Fix it, please. Pretty please. So I'd like to do one more just for funsies, and then I'll go back to my other controller to do controllers, to do 7 controllers. But we'll go back to that. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just went the wrong character. Okay. Anyway, so all right, so we've got Sparrow Racing. Sparrow Racing's fun. We only have 2 tracks, which is kind of lame. For 3 weeks, that's going to get real boring unless they introduce something new. Overall, I guess it's pretty fun. You've got an armor sets that don't give you anything except for different stuff for your Sparrows. The Sparrows look super cool. Sounds an awful lot like a pod racer from Star Wars, though. I'm keep waiting for Jar Jar Binks to poke his head up around one of these corners. Bullet's got
not.
one that straight up sounds like a. Bullet's got one that freaking straight up sounds like a pod racer. I don't know which one that was, but you were behind me the other day, and it was like, and I was like, really? And I jokingly said, we've got sand people out sniping out in the canyon. You know, that's kind of what it reminded me of. I was waiting for little Anakin to show up and punch me in the face. No big deal. I hear some music in the background. We're gonna get copyright bounced for that one.
That's my wife watching.
Copyright infringement. Here it is. All right, so
Oh, now we're good. She's singing it.
good. Don't worry. Yeah, it's totally acceptable now.
Original
Thank
content
you,
now.
YouTube
It's her
algorithms
cover.
for not. It's her cover. She has the copyright for it. So, all right, so we talked about Destiny. We talked about all the new stuff. What do we got going on in the other worlds of internet games? I know we've got, you all mentioned Fallout, Halo. You're ready for, well, we don't even know. It's never going to come out anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's what I keep saying.
Sure they
because
do.
people always stick.
Sure they do.
Because gaming companies always stick to their dates. Talk to Bungie with Halo.
I pre-ordered.
Oh no!
That means
Number one
you're gonna
mistake.
run with your money. Bye, Felicia. All right, so tell me about Fallout. I didn't get it. I didn't play any of the other Fallout, so I don't know anything about it. I see people with videos and weird things happening in games because it's Bethesda. But what's going on in Fallout? How's it? Apparently, it's amazing.
I love it. It's fantastic. I didn't really play much of the other Fallout games. I played a lot of Skyrim, which is also made by Bethesda, and I loved that game. I spent so many hours on that game, and
You know it.
yeah, and then got Fallout, and it's 10 times more amazing. I can't even describe it. It's fantastic. Now, obviously, it's not perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect game. I mean, it is a little bit buggy. Right. It is. I mean, if you know Bethesda, you know there's going to be some bugs, but they're not game breaking. Yeah.
What? There's a hole there.
Yeah, I mean, you see videos of people who do have the game-breaking ones, but that's because, they've also modded the crap out of their game. There could be a lot of other issues. Obviously,
Now,
it's
that's
still
a
not
thing, right? They're allowing mods to come into the game, right? That's the thing now that they allow
Yep.
people to do.
Yep,
Which is kinda cool.
there's a lot of really cool mods out there. I don't have any just yet because, I don't know, don't really have a good excuse for it. I just don't have any. But I know there are a lot out there. But it's overall, I think it's a fantastic game. I'm not that far into it because I've had a lot of work going on recently, but I'm still planning on playing that for many days to come.
Many a moon. Bullet, are you playing it?
No, but my roommate is, and I've been having a blast.
Oh, that's
following
right.
along
You're
with him.
you're his trusty sidekick.
Yeah, actually, you guys want to hear the new hip game I picked up recently?
Yes.
KOTOR. Knights of the Old Republic, the old BioWare
Yeah, I knew
game.
that was
Yeah.
like the original one.
Yeah, the original one. I got it on Steam sale like 2 weeks ago for $3.
That game has like one of the
Wow.
biggest plot twists of any game ever created.
Right.
Hashtag spoiler alert.
I'm not gonna say what it is, but when I first played through it, it blew my mind. I couldn't look at the whole
Darth
game
Vader.
the same way.
It's Luke Skywalker's father.
No! Why'd you tell me?
Han and Leia are actually twins.
Gross.
Ouch. That's not cool.
I haven't heard this one.
Psych.
But what do you guys thinking about the Jar Jar theory? Yeah.
Darth Jar Jar?
Yeah, Darth Jar Jar.
I like it.
I think it's a
Yeah.
potentially really
What?
cool.
Is this a thing? What are you talking about? Tell me more about this Darth Jar Jar.
Basically,
Honestly,
it's
We really
Go
shouldn't
ahead,
even
you
explain it. To really understand it on like the level that we're hinting at here. Like you gotta watch something on it. Some people have put together some
Yeah.
pretty like
Just
Like,
YouTube
like-
Darth Jar Jar.
yes.
Like,
there's
pretty
so much. And it's
much.
great.
yeah but like everybody has the right attitude about it. Like they're like, okay, like this is hilarious, but also like seriously.
Darth Jar Jar. That's hilarious. I really want to know what you're talking about, but I don't even
It's
taco.
So
Alright.
much fun.
But anyway, back to like actual video gaming news.
You've been playing Halo though, right, Bullet? You're
Oh
on that
yeah,
Halo.
tons of Halo. I love Halo. Forever and always.
How are the mechanics compared to say like Destiny, like as far as like the PvP mechanics and like characters movement and everything else?
Like I don't know. You don't move like it's not. You don't move quite as fast, but you move fast enough where you know it's not like, oh, I'm slow. As far as like the shooting mechanics go, it's like Destiny without auto aim.
You're right, and that's
Which means it's hard, but it's also really fun. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure my Destiny gaming has come up like a whole nother level since I started playing Halo again. So.
Well, I'm gonna comment now on the fact that you said you're slow, which is hilarious for me to think of because I came from Call of Duty, where you are twitchy as all get out, and then I came to Destiny and I felt like I was in a semi-truck. I'm like, why am I so slow? Why when I turn a corner I feel like I'm driving a triple tractor trailer trying to make this corner? Like, why is this so hard for my character to turn?
Yeah, try and play Combat Evolved. You'll cry.
That doesn't sound fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can't even sprint.
Like
Speaking of sprint,
Master Chief's full speed is like Destiny walking pace.
can't handle that. And that's a long game. Speaking of sprint, they fixed the sprint cooldown thing. It was a bug apparently.
The whole sprint cooldown?
In the patch notes, yeah, in the patch notes they talked about how they fixed where you would get your sprint animation. You would be slow in your sprint animation, and they fixed it.
He's just not going anywhere.
This sand is so heavy.
I'm carrying too many people in my backpack.
My backpack is so heavy. I can't carry all these crappy planes. Oh wow. Lol. I just got rocked in the face.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Welcome to my world. All last game.
What is the Nightfall this week?
It's the Hammer
Shield
Bros,
Bros.
which is super fun. Unlike the last week's, which I didn't even do. I couldn't even be bothered with it. And there we go.
Yeah. Still
I
kind
couldn't
of.
even be bothered with last week's. Last week's is the frickin' shank where you the opening sequence is
Oh,
ridiculous.
God.
You,
Oh.
Yep.
I know how to cheese it though. So
they
did they
fixed
fix the
it.
cheese?
They
What was
patched
the
it.
cheese? I didn't even hear about this
Where you
cheese.
could glitch underneath the world. You can sparrow. You can turn
Oh
the
my
sparrow and glitch
God.
into the rock. and go
Oh, that
underneath and
cheese.
you can-
Okay.
Yeah. They fixed it.
Well, did they at least nerf that section because it's absolutely ridiculous?
Nope.
Really?
It's still horrible.
But they had,
Yep.
David like admitted how OP that section is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we completed the raid, never wiping, never having any trouble, but we can't do the Nightfall. It's like, I don't even understand. We've done the raid with never screwing up once, but we can't Nightfall? Why? It's the Nightfall. Destiny problems. So anyway, alright, that was one of the random things. Alright, so we talked about other random games we're playing. We're talking about the Division, which is never going to come out. So that's a pipe dream. You basically, you pre-ordered, you basically did a Kickstarter in hopes that company's going to take off.
Wow.
you get a Tom Clancy Kickstarter in hopes that it'll see you there.
Yeah, I want to get Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
I hear
Vision.
things. I hear it's not.
Oh, is there saying bad things about it? No.
No. Bad things happening to me. I was getting killed.
Yes. I am, at least. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I totally am.
Whoa, hidden hand. Oh, also requires breaking geometry. Which I think is hilarious.
A lot of friends together.
Oh, you can't. You won't have. It won't have AI. Oh wow. I'm gonna die in my own bubble.
Lol.
Thank you, Telesta.
That went well. Let's head to the bridge. See if we can reacquire the brothers.
I can't tell you the number of scouts I've
We
lost to
only
these
time will
brothers on Mars. They need to be stopped.
All right. Well, I think we've talked about Destiny. We've talked about other games. We've ranted about Destiny, even though we're still here playing it and love it. I do want to mention Iron Banner was very awesome. I did not like Clash, but Iron Banner was very awesome as far as the rewards that it gave. Quite definitely worth it.
Yeah, when they come back
I
with
had
zone control,
319
that's gonna be
ghosts.
so much fun.
So that is.
Words is hard to describe how
I
awesome
can't
that's gonna
even.
be.
Yeah, zone control would be so amazing. My inner nade shot gets really excited about some zone control Iron Banner, where I don't have to shoot anybody. All I gotta do is cap and be a little sneaky bastard and cap things and sneak around and cap things. And
It's gonna be great. All the fun.
I mean, it was very hard. You know, it was funny because we were playing some control a couple days ago, and I was like second to last on our team because you all are a bunch of slang tryhards, and I had over 2,500 points, and we still had like 3 minutes left in the game. But yet, you know,
Wherever the brothers are,
you could be
they
number
march
one on your
here.
team, best in
Keep
the
moving.
lobby, and still not have that 2,400 point bounty. That was harder
Yeah.
than the like 10 kills without dying and everything else. That was ridiculous. Sorry, I'm walking into your shots. Though I will say, I do like how they changed Iron Banner. I do like how quickly you level up. I think the reward system, after they fixed it, is very good. It's definitely worth the time to grind it. The weapons so far have all been pretty darn good. So I think so far, they've done slam bang job with Iron Banner. And yeah, I've been happy with it. I've even been playing. I've really been happy with trials. Trials, we did talk about that. How they changed up trials. How they now have bounties. Now you can just go in there, and you know you used to be. You can play what you had 3
all
games
day.
Plus you could play 3 games plus 1 forgiven that you would lose, and win 4. So that's 8 games you could potentially play and get nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
You could play those 8 games and not get a single thing and waste all that time. Now you can play those 8 games and you can at least have some fun, and you'll get your bounties knocked out, and you can go in there and be a tryhard. You can just say, hey, you know, like we've been doing, let's just go knock it around and get some high level gear and have fun and troll around. And if we win, we win. If we don't, then the heck with it.
lot of Cabal explosives hooked up to the Dreadnought core.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
are munitions hooked up to each structural weakness on the core. I think the brothers know.
Yeah, for those of us that are casual gamers, it's almost
Us
impossible.
filthy casuals,
Seriously.
but not the 1%. He's gonna. So, but
Scared.
it's much more fun, and again, the stuff you get has been pretty good. I've been pretty happy with the silver. You know, I've gotten exotics from the silver. I've gotten pretty good stuff from the gold tier. So, and anyway, you know, I used to never want to do trials in my entire life. I just wanted it to burn and die and never come back again. Actually, having fun with it. It's they could be a better player in some situations. You know, we went to play a round of skirmish one night, and I wasn't paying any attention that we were, you know, it's a 3v3 game mode. So, so I wasn't paying attention that it wasn't, you know, trials. Now here I am getting all sweaty, getting ready to to stomp some kids, and you know, I cleared everybody out. I'm like, yeah, and they're like, wait, why are these guys coming back to life? Like, oh, it's skirmish. Oh.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with this picture. You get 3 guesses.
Let's do this.
I was ready to roll, man. It's skirmish, bro. No, we didn't talk about challenge mode. We could talk about challenge mode. We're already getting a little long here. We can talk about challenge mode later, and how some of the challenges are okay, some of them are not. But that's another day, another topic. We'll cover that next week after we hear the third final challenge for whatever Oryx is going to be. Which my best guess, what the suspicion is the challenge mode for Oryx is going to be that everybody, that you can't have the same person, you know, switch worlds, or you know,
Go other
switch
world or
dimensions.
whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have everybody or a different person go to dimensions to jump around. That's everybody's thought on what that is. Or you just kind of sit here and do it. This is hilarious. This is hysterical.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to sit here and Telesto him until he dies. That's funny. Alright, I'm not having this happen again. That's funny. So anyway, I think that will pretty much do it for this Let's Talk, whatever it is, 14, 15, I don't know, we haven't done one in forever. But here it is, we had some fun. We had a bunch of new people on here, maybe not new, just extra people on here hanging out and get some Sparrow Racing done. We're going to continue our stream here, so if you're watching this live, which I don't think anybody is, we'll be here. And if you ever want to come out and hang with us live, we are at twitch.tv/commitedgaming. You can come and hang out with us here. And we usually stream on Tuesday nights and sometimes on Fridays if I'm off. I'll stream on Fridays, and then we'll usually sometimes we do one over the weekend if we just have to do some trials and screw around during trials. But yeah, I think that'll do it. So I'm thanks for tuning in. I'm Fluke5311, and our
I'm
two guests. Go
Smooth
ahead.
Flipper.
And I'm Bullet Theory.
And Bullet Theory. Thanks for tuning in. To all you gamers out there.